Zel boy army, welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video we are doing our updated midfield tier list for November. The patch probably changed the midfield less than the attack and defence, but there are still some changes in there. I don't care quite as much for length anymore. Higher pace just in general is more important. Ability on the ball for me does matter a bit more now, especially because explosive players are more usable, or just as usable as any other type really. These tier lists, I get a lot of comments on here saying, great, really agree with the tier list, but I also get some where people just say, oh, this tier list is rubbish because of this. And it's normally because one player that they really like, I rated slightly lower, or I rated a player that they don't like slightly higher. One or two players that you disagree with doesn't ruin the list. Me missing out a player, normally it's just an honest mistake. I don't think I ever miss the big players generally, but if someone isn't here, I've tried to go for all the midfielders. And also, I don't include every icon or absolutely every good card. Simply put, it would just take too long to do these videos. So I try to put all the key ones in, but if someone misses out, it doesn't necessarily mean I don't think they're good. But if someone is in this tier list, even if they are D tier, I still think they're good. I just have to give some cards different rankings. Obviously, Hullit's going to be in the S tier. We know that already. Brozovic isn't going to be. But just if Brozovic is B or C tier, doesn't mean he's a bad card. If they're in this video, they are good. And don't just write off the list because you have a slightly different opinion about one player. Have I used every single player in these lists? No. Do I know how this game works? Yes, I've played about 1,000 games now. I know what to look for. I know what stats matter in each position. I know how players play. And I'll have pretty much played against every single one of these players numerous times as well. And I've used a lot of them. That's my criteria. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Let's get into the video. And like I say, for these, we never base it on chemistry. So someone like Tim Cahill offering MLS chemistry is nowhere near as good as someone like Yaya Toure offering the Prem chemistry. That's pretty standard. Or Goretzka being Bayern Munich German Bundesliga. We're not basing off chem, it's purely on how good the card is. We are going to start with Marina. So this Marina card, probably not quite as good as he was when he came out. He would have been a lengthy player with an anchor. He's 3-star. In midfield, I'm barely going to downgrade a card if he doesn't have good skill moves. But anything under 4-star weak foot is an issue. You need to be able to turn and play passes on both feet. So a 4-star weak foot, I wouldn't say it's a minimum. There's some very good players who don't have it, but it definitely hurts a card. He can't shoot great. He's got decent pace. He's okay on the ball. Elite defending and physical combination. Good passing. This card's probably like a C tier. If he had a 4-star weak foot, he'd probably go straight to the B tier. Luka Modric. Bit slow. Insane on the ball. Insane passing. Awful physical. Below average defending, decent shooting. So I tend to have two types of midfielders, either one that goes forward or one that goes back. Luka Modric is the one that goes forward more. 4-star helps him too. This Modric just about creeps into B tier because the 4-star, and his strengths, elite passing and elite dribbling are really good, some of the highest in the game. But he has enough weaknesses to hold him back. Benacer. I've started including SBCs in this, especially ones that a lot of people have done. This guy was so cheap, a lot of people did him. Weak foot hurts him a bit. He's very quick. Insane on the ball. Good physical, but not great. Very good defending. Very good passing. The free key passing stats are where he excels, so it's better than 86. Bad shot. I'm putting him in A tier though, because his strengths are that good. He's really good pace, amazing on the ball, and just well-rounded. Whereas compared to someone like Modric, Modric does have a better weak foot, but just isn't as well-rounded as him in general. So hopefully these three players here give you a better idea of how I do these lists. Bruno Guimaraes. Now this Bruno Guimaraes, with these Path to Glory cards, I will rank them where I think they currently stand, but you do have to hold it with a pinch of salt. This Bruno Guimaraes card right now is 3-star. I thoroughly expect Brazil to make the semi-finals at least. Him become an 89 with 5-star weak foot. If this card gets a +2 or 3 on every stat and he has a 5-star weak foot, he's borderline S tier. Right now though, he's basically a bit like that Marino card, but not quite as good all around in terms of Marina right now is a bit better in some other areas. So Bruno and Guimaraes, I've put them next to each other. Less pace, similar shot, one more passing, bit better on the ball, similar defending physical. Right now, Bruno Guimaraes is C tier. If he gets that 5-star weak foot and 2 or 3 on everything, he's probably bottom end of S tier. If Brazil win it all, he gets 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, plus 3, more traits. He's one of the top 5 to top 3 midfielders in the game. That's how big a difference these Path to Glories can get. Kevin De Bruyne. A little bit slow at this point in the game already. Ridiculous passing. Great shot, but I don't find you tend to shoot a lot with your midfielders on this game, so it's not as important as it might seem. Good on the ball, but not as good as that 88 dribbling, like that agility and bounce, lower it a bit. Bad defending, okay physical. Kevin De Bruyne is that elite at his passing, shooting and dribbling with okay in these. As a go-forward midfielder, I'm going to put him in the A category. As a stay back, he'd be pretty poor. But as the go-forward one, he is very good still. Casemiro. Now, Casemiro post the lengthy patch, where lengthy wasn't nerfed, but other paces matter a lot more. He is a lot worse. He can't shoot, bad weak foot, bad on the ball, slow, elite there. He is probably C tier now. He would have been A tier before the patch. That's how big it hurt players like him. Zambo and Guisa. Rapid, very good on the ball, elite defending physical, much better passing than that 8 suggests. Okay shot. He is probably like B tier. If he was 4-star, 4-star, it'd be A tier. But it does matter. Having a bad weak foot definitely hurts him. Can't shoot that great. His passing's good compared to what that 80 says, but I think there's enough weaknesses that I can't put him in the A tier. Okay, we are going to now look at Perisic. Perisic, I definitely think felt a bit better before the patch where an architect was good on him. He's still good though, that weak foot. This Perisic doesn't really massively excel in particularly any area, but he's just very good all around, so we're putting him in the A tier. On this game, very good at everything, is very nice to have, but I just don't think he excels anywhere enough to get into that S tier category. Go with a Spurs teammate, Bentancur. Slow, can't shoot. I mean, I wouldn't say this is slow, but it's below average. Very good in other areas though. This Bentancur has the weak foot as well. If Bentancur could shoot better or had a bit more pace, I would probably put him into the A tier, but for now we're putting him into the B tier. Compared to someone like De Bruyne's overall strengths are just better than Bentancur's. Low for Matthaus. Very quick. Pretty good shot. Very good passing. Very bad on the ball. That is really bad on the ball, that agility bounce dribbling. Elite defending. Good physical. I'm putting Matthaus at the top end of A tier. He's that bad on the ball and pretty average physical in terms of that strength. I don't think I can put him in an S tier at this point of the game. Kessie. Good weak foot. Pretty fast. Especially with a shadow. Gets elite defending, physical and good pace. Average on the ball. Below average maybe. Okay shot. Pretty poor passing. Kessie's going bottom of B tier for me. The weak foot is nice, ridiculously good physical, fairly fast. He has enough to put him above some of these midfielders for me. Bruno Guimaraes with a +1 probably leapfrogs him though. Fabinho. Now this is a World Cup swap one, but pretty good. Very solid passing, elite physical, elite defending, much better on the ball than someone like Casemiro. Okay pace. That weak foot hurts him though. That weak foot being so low, 2-star, puts him into the B category for me. Probably around here. If he had a 4-star weak foot, I'd be putting him there. Leon Goretzka. Now, this was a card I was excited for, thinking he had potential to go far. But Germany losing to Japan, they are basically a loss away from Spain to being out of the tournament already. But this card right now, 4-star weak foot, very good shot, good passing, elite physical. He's that well-rounded right now already that I'm probably putting him at bottom end of S tier. If Germany had gone far, won the whole thing, he'd be the best midfielder in the game. He's still up there already, like he's going to be a fair worse Hullet. We're just going to put Hullet in the S tier now. We're just going to plonk him there. We don't even need to look at the Hullet's card. We know Hullet's going to be an S tier player. But that Goretzka could have been probably. I think that Goretzka, if he got 5-star Germany won the tournament, would have been maybe a fair bit better than Hullet. Maybe. You know, depending on how much they boosted some of the stats. Dirk Kuyt, rapid, really quick in midfield, amazing shot, okay on the ball, below average defending, definitely, very solid physical, good passing. If his weak foot was better, I would be putting him top end of A tier. I'm putting him though low end of A tier. I think he's good enough even with that weak foot. He's really quick, one of the best shots, and just really solid, well-rounded. This is as a go-forward CDM or centre-mid. As the stay back, obviously, it'd be a fair bit worse. But as an attacking centre-mid, he has a lot of what you'd really like, to be honest. Brozovic. Decent card in general. Has that weak foot. Really nice on the dribbling, defending. Physical's a bit below average. Passing, he has the key passing stats you want. I'm going to put him in the B tier. He's really well-rounded, but not enough to push him there. But good enough, and has the weak foot, not to put him into the C tier. Fofana. We had him in the defenders list, but he's in this one as well. Bad on the ball, but not awful. Okay defending. Elite physical. Okay passing. Not a great shot. 4-star, 4-star. I'm putting him at the top end of C tier. He can't shoot great. His defending isn't as good as it first looks. His physical's elite. He's bad on the ball. As an actual midfielder, I just think some of these guys have a bit more on him. He could maybe be B tier, but I don't think he's that great. He's more of a centre-back for me. Lahm, 3-star hurts him. He's very solid on the ball though. Elite defending, elite passing, but that physicality and weak foot hurt him. We're putting Lahm in the B tier. He's just that good at the defending though, and that good at passing and on the ball with good pace that I think he elevates into that. Marquez. Okay pace, bad on the ball, but ridiculous defending and physical. He is pretty comparable to someone like Fabinho, to be honest, so we're going to plonk him next to him. Timmy Cahill. Now, not great defending, but good enough to play centre mid. He's definitely more go forward one. He's quick, very good shot, elite physical, fine on the ball, okay passing. I'm putting him honestly next to Kyle or Dirk Kuyt. That is as the attacking one. A lot of people probably going to say, how's Cahill above some of these guys? But he's got as good physical and a lot better than most of them. He's faster than all of them. He's got a great shot. He's okay on the ball. His strengths are that good, it elevates him in my opinion. It will surprise people seeing that, but I think that is a really good card. It's just not the best chemistry links. Thiago. Really nice pace. If you put a shadow on him, he's getting 99 acceleration, which is really nice. Not great weak foot, but really nice skill moves. 5 stars is a plus to have. Elite passing. Has the outside the foot shot trait. Great on the ball. Can shoot. Okay defending. For me, this is an A tier card. I think the weak foot, lack of physicality and defending, put him down from the S tier. He's got some strengths that would put him S tier, but just not well-rounded enough. Zakaria. Now, I used this card and honestly felt it was a bit of a donkey. Bad passing. Good defending, but not elite. Elite physical. He was awful on the ball. Can't shoot. 3-star. I'm putting him B tier towards the bottom end. He's just not good enough in enough areas to me to elevate him. Whereas when we compare him to someone like Vieira, Vieira has, in my opinion, a bit better defending. Vieira's passing stats are better. Vieira's taller. Vieira's just plays better as well. Vieira's a similar card on paper, but just played way better than Zakaria for me. Sometimes, yeah, it might be that I don't always fully evaluate cards fairly because I haven't played with some of them, but then some cards to me just, they don't play as well in game. So I will give a better opinion in terms of that. Lucas Paqueta. Decent pace, great shot, pretty good passing, good physical, below average defending, not as good as the 90 dribbling says, but he is good on the ball. This Paqueta is top end of A tier for me. 5-star skills. He's similar to Thiago in some ways, but just not quite as quick, not as good passing, but has a better weak foot and physical. So they're pretty similar. Valverde, ridiculous pace, one of the quickest midfielders in this list. Look at him with an anchor. Good enough shot. It's not great, but it's good enough. He's got good weak foot. Elite passing on the 3 key passing stats. I don't think I've said what those are, but I do mention them in a lot of my videos. Vision, short and long passing, those are the key stats. Fine on the ball, not great, but usable. Elite defending, good physical. This card is definitely an S tier. I'd honestly put him above this Vieira right now. Honestly, probably slightly above Goretzka as well because of the ridiculous pace. Sissoko was a card that I'd have felt was better before the patch, to be honest. Pretty average on the ball, even with 89 dribbling, that agility balance hurts him. Cannot shoot, bad weak foot, bad passing. He is probably like top end of C tier, but it is still a good card. Okay, next we're looking at Danilo Pereira. Wrong thing. Danilo Pereira. Pretty good card. Again, one that would have come across a bit better before the patch. Can't shoot, but has really good passing on some of the key passing stats. Not great on the ball, but okay. Elite defending, elite physical. Now, if it was based on his chemistry, it would be even higher, but I'm putting this card like C tier, but it's a pretty good card, especially if you want the chemistry from him. Seedorf. Good pace, good shot, very nice passing, good physical. The defending does hurt him, but 4-star, 4-star. I think this is basically a better Luka Modric who was in B tier. So we're probably putting him like middle of A tier. He's a good card right now. Ballack. Similar to Seedorf in some ways, just a bit better rounded in other areas. Like if we put him next to each other, he's a bit slower, a bit worse on the ball. But he has much better physical and defending overall. So they're pretty similar cards. Well, not similar in terms of how they play, but pretty similar in terms of ability. Renato Sanchez. Bad to okay defending. Not the best passing. It's okay. Decent shot. But he's great on the ball. Great physical and really quick. For me, his strengths are good enough that the rest of the card doesn't hurt him too much. That I'm probably putting him like around here, the A tier. He's got enough strengths that suit this game. Bernardo Silva. Okay shot. Elite passing. Good pace. Best midfielder in the game when it comes to dribbling. But the defending and physical really hurt him. They're that bad for centre mid, it lowers the card a bit. I'm putting this card in B tier. His strengths are about as good as some players get. And if he gets some upgrades, he might get like +3 or 4 on some of the physicals for each +1. This card goes up here. If he gets to 5-star weak foot, that card goes to at least an A tier. If he gets all the upgrades, it's an S tier. But that's the same with a lot of the Path to Glories. Cancelo. Really solid card. Elite pace. Good shooting. Not good shooting, sorry. Okay shooting. Very good passing. The long passing's a bit low, but the other passing's great. Decent physical, good defending, good on the ball. This card's top of A tier around here for me. He's not excelling enough in any particular area to push him into here other than maybe pace, but he's very well rounded and that's really good in midfield. Okay, we're looking at Paulinho now. A card that, again, before the patch would have been better. On this patch now, though, I'm probably going to be putting him in D tier. I just think bad shooting, really slow, bad on the ball, okay passing. I think that he could be pushed into C tier. And if Portugal get him a few upgrades, obviously he could fly up the list. But I don't think he's great right now. Zidane, we don't really need to look too much at Zidane. Zidane's just insane. 5'5", great stats. Zidane's obviously up there. Yaya Toure is another one who is definitely going to be up there. This Yaya Toure is a sizable upgrade on his other card. He has the elite physical. He's pretty quick. He's fine on the ball. He's got a good shot. One of the best passers. This Yaya Toure has a bit of everything. Marchisio. Marchisio's fairly quick. Good on the ball. Got a good shot. Very good passing, especially on the key ones. Decent physical. Decent defending. 4-star, 4-star. Marchisio's at the bottom end of S tier for me. He's not far off being A tier, but he's a bit like Cancelo, but just well-rounded enough across the board. Mascherano. Small, but got a good weak foot upgrade here. Can't shoot and is bad on the ball, but ridiculous defending, physical. Not the best passing, but okay. Decent pace. We're probably putting him towards the top end of C tier. If you compare him to like Marquez, I think the main reason Marquez gets above him is he's just taller and feels bigger in game. Milinkovic, Savic. Again, before the patch, definitely would have been better. A card that if Serbia go far, he becomes ridiculous. But right now, okay defending, elite physical, very good on the key passing stats, not the best on the ball. I'm probably putting him towards top end of B tier, but he could fly up again. Park Ji-sung, I got this guy in my hero pack. Elite pace for midfield, okay shot, solid passing, okay physical, especially that stamina, that's really good, especially if you want to press. Elite on the ball, good defending, especially that awareness. This Park is probably, I'd say, top end of B tier, but his long passing, which is a pretty key stat for the chip through balls, is low. No skill moves, okay on some of the other areas. He's not quite A tier. Like if you compare him to Tim Cahill, some people might say Tim Cahill's not as good. Cahill's elite physical. Cahill's got a much better shot. I just think that his strengths outweigh some of this, guys. Then the last one, Frenkie de Jong. I'm using this guy right now. Really like him. Insane on the ball. He plays better on the ball than those stats even suggest as well. Good pace. One of the best passers. Like if you look at the key passing stats, he's 90 plus on all of them. Elite stamina. Solid defending and physical. Not a great shot, but we don't care too much for that. If this Frenkie had 4-star weak foot, he'd be top end of A, near maybe even pushing S tier. But I'm putting Frenkie probably like around middle of A tier. His pace, elite on the ball, elite passing, really do help him. But he has enough weaknesses that I can't put him too high, I would say. Again, another card, top end of S tier if Netherlands do a mad one. There's the tier list. Maybe you could move around some, but I think that this is a pretty fair one. All these cards are good. Lots of great options here to build your teams. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys watching the channel. Let me know what you think. How would you have changed some of the tier list? Are there any cards you think I've missed out? Any of these cards you'd swap around? Appreciate you guys. Keep up the support. It means a lot. Peace.